Long ago, in the land of Egypt, a decree was made by Pharaoh that all Hebrew male infants were to be killed. During this perilous time, a Hebrew woman named Jochebed gave birth to a son. Fearing for his life, she hid him for 3 months. When she could hide him no longer, she placed him in a basket coated with pitch and set him afloat in the Nile River. The infant's sister, Miriam, watched from a distance to see what would become of him. By divine providence, the basket floated down the river to where the Pharaoh's daughter was bathing. Upon discovering the child, she had compassion on him. Recognizing him as one of the Hebrew children, she decided to adopt him and named him Moses, meaning drawn out of water. Miriam then approached and offered to find a Hebrew woman to nurse the child, who happened to be Jochebed, thus allowing Moses' mother to care for him in his early years. Moses grew up in the Egyptian royal household, becoming educated in all the wisdom of Egypt. Though he lived a life of privilege, Moses never forgot his Hebrew roots. One day, he witnessed an Egyptian beating a Hebrew slave. In a fit of rage, Moses killed the Egyptian and buried his body in the sand. Realizing his act had been discovered, Moses fled to the land of Midian to escape Pharaoh's wrath. In Midian, Moses married Zipporah, the daughter of a priest, and became a shepherd. Many years later, while tending his flock, Moses encountered a burning bush that was not consumed by the flames. From the bush, God spoke to him, commanding him to return to Egypt and lead the Hebrews out of slavery. Despite his initial hesitation and feelings of inadequacy, Moses obeyed. With his brother Aaron as his spokesperson, Moses confronted Pharaoh, demanding the release of the Hebrew people. Pharaoh's heart remained hardened, leading to a series of devastating plagues upon Egypt. The final plague, the death of the firstborn, broke Pharaoh's resistance, and he allowed the Hebrews to leave. Moses led the Israelites in the exodus from Egypt, through the Red Sea, and towards the Promised Land. Despite their liberation, the journey was fraught with challenges, including the people's frequent complaints and a lack of faith. At Mount Sinai, Moses received the 10 Commandments from God, a covenant that established the laws for the new nation of Israel. The journey through the desert lasted 40 years. Though Moses himself would not enter the Promised Land, his leadership and unwavering faith left a lasting legacy on his people, who would carry forward into the land promised to their ancestors.